Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be doing a hair tutorial for you. So I'm going to show you how you can achieve the hair curl look that I have right now. So this is my go-to hair curling look. This is something that every single time I wear it, I get questions on how I achieved it, what did I use, what kind of curling iron did I use. So this is actually very simple to achieve. It takes me about 15 minutes in the morning when I'm getting ready. The curls last all day long. So prior to me discovering the tool that I'll be using today, I typically would just use a regular curling iron and my curls would fall flat almost immediately. So the way that I do this, the curls actually last almost 2 or 3 days, just depending on when you wash your hair next. It's just a nice kind of wavy, kind of like a beachy, like a Taylor Swift curly hair look. I don't know, I just call it my curly hairdo. I have pretty long hair. If you didn't know, it actually goes down to about my rib cage area. I did just get a haircut actually. It was about 4 inches longer, so prior to that it was a little bit longer. So anyways, this does take about 15 minutes for me to complete in the morning, and if you are interested on knowing how to achieve this look, then just keep watching. I will insert my clip right now. So before I get started, I did want to show you the tools that I use today, or the tools that I will be using today. So the first thing and the most important thing is this curling wand here. So this is a clipless curling wand, there's no clip on it, and this is made by Hot Tools. So they do make this in 3 different sizes. This is the largest one that they make. I believe this is around $50 to $60 and they sell it at Ulta. I will also be using just a couple of little hair clips to section off my hair, as well as a wide tooth comb. So in addition to that, I will be using some products to curl my hair. So the first one is this Tresemme Thermal Creations Heat Protectant Spray. So this will be to protect my hair, obviously. I will also be using this Macadamia Oil Control hairspray. And then the last product I'll be using is this Bumble and Bumble Thickening Dry Spun Finish. So the first thing I do to start out my hair curling is I section off my hair. So I like to take the top half of my hair and put it in clips. I put it in 2 separate clips. So I take the front half of my hair and the back half of my hair. So I take it and I'm just going to curl it up, clip it up in these little hair clips. Okay, so now that I have the top half of my hair clipped up, I'm just going to brush through my hair with the comb to get any tangles that I have out. Then I'm going to spray this Tresemme Heat Protectant Spray all over. This stuff is great. This stuff smells kind of like apples, and it lasts a really long time. I've had this for like almost a year now. So I'm going to spray that on and then brush it through my hair. So I like to start with the section right behind my ear. So I take about 1-inch sections. The thinner your sections are, the tighter or the more longer lasting your curls are, I've noticed. So I like to take about 1 inch. So just like that. So I'm going to take that, and I apologize ahead of time. My dogs have been barking like crazy this morning, so if you hear barking in the background, that's my dogs. I apologize. So I'm going to take my curling wand and I point it down. So I'm taking this in one hand and pointing it down. Oops, there's a hair on there. And then taking that strand of hair and wrapping it around the curling wand. The trick is you want to wrap away from your face. So you wrap it around like this. Ooh. If you drop it, never fear, just try again. So wrap it around like this. Alright, and then you have to hold it in place. So I like to hold it in place for about 10 seconds. You don't want to hold it in for too long or else it will literally burn off your hair. I'm sure you all have seen that video of that little girl who burned her hair off. Yeah, you don't want that to happen, so don't leave it in for too long. So as you leave it in, about 10 seconds, and then let it just drop down very slowly. I like to catch it in my hand first and then just kind of let it fall out. So you get this really pretty kind of bouncy loose curl. Don't brush it out or anything quite yet. You're gonna leave it as is for now. So the back of your hair is where it gets a little tricky because you can't see what you're doing and you have to hold the wand behind you. So this is where it gets the most tricky. It is a little bit harder to do, but once you do it a few times, you kind of get the hang of it. Okay, so once I'm about half done with my bottom part of my hair, I will start to switch sides. So I usually, as I'm doing the first part, I let them hang in front of my shoulder, but once I get to the second side of the bottom half of my hair, I will flip this back and then pull this forward. And then I start in the back, so I'll pull a section from the back and curl it, and then once I'm done, I flip it behind me. So that's how I keep my hair separated to make sure I don't miss any sections of hair. You also will want to start wrapping your hair the opposite direction and switch hands. Switch the hands that your curling iron is in. So as you can see, it's now in this arm for me, and then I hold my hair with this hand. Now that I have curled my entire bottom half of my hair, I'm going to spray it with a little bit of hairspray. Now this hairspray, it's not like super strength hairspray. You don't want to put super strength hairspray in just because if you do, you're going to get that crunchy, like hard look, and these are meant to be soft, kind of flowy waves. So this one is actually really great. So I'm going to get that and just kind of spritz it on my curls. Okay, still do not brush anything out. You're wanting to leave those curls as tight as you can for as long as you can so they hold their curl. So now I'm gonna move on to the back part of the top part of my hair. So I'm gonna take that clip out and then I'm gonna brush this just a little bit to get all the tangles out. Sometimes it gets tangly when it's in those little clips. All right, so first, again, I'm gonna spray my heat protectant on. Okay, and then brush that through. So this is probably the most tricky part to do just because you can't see the back of your hair. So I like to split that into 2 sections. And then the first one that I'm not going to be curling first, I like to put in the front here. That way I know I'm not leaving any straight strands behind me. So then the part that's in my hair, or my hand, this is what I'm going to curl first. So I like to start in the back. So I'm going to take a section in the back and then let this hang down in the front. Okay, so now that I'm done with that section, I do like to double check just to make sure I didn't accidentally miss anything and make sure there isn't any straight areas, straight strands of hair, sorry. If you do have somebody that can check for you, that makes it 10 times easier. I'm just going to kind of spot it here in the mirror. Looks good. So then you're going to spray that with your hairspray. So here, just to give you a sneak peek, is what it looks like so far. Alright, so now we're going to move on to the final and the most important section. At least I think it's the most important. It's the front part. Okay, so here you want to make sure you part your hair exactly where you want it to be parted for the rest of the day. So I'm going to put mine like that. Alright, and again, I like to start in the back. So take about a 1-inch section and start curling. I always save the front sections for last because I feel like they are the most important. Oh, it looks like I missed a piece right here. Curl that really quick. So the front is where it gets really tricky. This is where you really want to make sure that you are curling away from your face. If you don't curl away from your face, it looks really strange. So you want to make sure you curl away from your face. So this very front section, I'm going to pull it out like that, make sure there's no tangles in it. So I'm placing the wand behind the hair and then wrapping around, just like that. This piece I do tend to leave in for a little bit longer just because I want this to hold its curl and not fall out. So now we're finished with the front sections. I am going to go ahead and put my hairspray in it right now. Alright guys, sorry about that. My battery on my camera died. So I went ahead and touched up all the little areas that I thought needed some touching up. So after you do that, your hair is pretty much cooled down and the hairspray has dried. So then I take my wide tooth comb and I brush out my entire hair. So you want to be careful not to tug at it too hard because you don't want the curls to fall out. But you just want to brush it enough to kind of mix all the curls together and make those ringlets all kind of blend. Alright, so this is what it looks like right now. So here's what the front looks like, and then here is what it looks like from the back. So you can definitely stop here if you want, but if you want more volume and more poof and more wow, which I always want more wow, that's when I use this Bumble and Bumble Dryspun Finish Spray. So this stuff is great. This is like a mixture between a dry shampoo and like a volumizing spray. I only use this on my curly hair just because on my straight hair I don't typically want volumized straight hair. So what I'll do after I brush my hair out is I'll just kind of spray it a little bit, not necessarily right on the roots, but just kind of throughout my hair. You can definitely flip your head upside down if you want to, but just kind of spray it all around. Not too much though. Okay, so then once that's in, I just kind of shake my hair out a little bit. And voila! Alright guys, well that is all that I have for you today. I hope that you enjoyed this video. I sure enjoyed making it for you. I really like to wear my hair curly. I think it looks a little bit better than just straight, flat hair. It just takes a little bit longer to do than running a hair straightener through it. But anyways, I hope I was able to teach you a thing or two, and I hope that you enjoyed watching. Please subscribe if you haven't already. If you have any questions or suggestions for me, please leave it in the comment section down below, and I will talk to you next time. Bye guys!